Good morning, guys. I'm just going to give other attendees a few seconds to enter the room, and we'll kick things off. Okay, so a very good morning, very good afternoon or evening from wherever you're viewing in the world. So on behalf of me and the FP Markets team, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and trusting us with your time. I really hope we're all able to walk away from here more informed, educated traders. So this is a beginner's session, focusing on how MT4 stacks up against MT5. Obviously, it is beyond the scope of this webinar to go into detail regarding all concepts regarding both platforms, but I believe what we go through will certainly be enough to, shall we say, get your feet wet. Also, as I said in my last MT4 presentation, this is not going to be directed towards the algorithmic side of trading, non-discretionary based trading systems. This deserves its own webinar in the future and possibly subsequent webinars, as it's a large topic. And to be quite frank, I have never been a non-discretionary based trader. Therefore, my knowledge of system trading is somewhat limited. However, I feel it is an interesting topic and one I will hopefully have the time to study in the near future. One final point I will add. I have been in this industry for quite a while now, and I'm consistent. I'm constantly learning new things about MT4 and MT5. There's definitely a lot we can do with these platforms. So just really quickly before we skip over to the disclaimer slide, if there's any issues with the welcome slide or the audio, please do let me know, and I'll try and get the support team to help you out. Okay, on to the disclaimer. So the information contained in this material is intended for general advice only. It does not take into account your investment objectives, financial situation, or particular needs. FP Markets has made every effort to ensure the accuracy of the information as at the date of publication. Now, I'm not going to read through all of the text, but suffice to say, what it means is this presentation is solely educational. There is no investment advice within the webinar. Okay, so I apologize for anyone that does know, who is familiar with who I am. This is more to introduce myself for any newer traders that's present. So as you can see, my name's Aaron Hill, and I'm the technical analyst for FP Markets and have been for nearly 2 years now. So I also have more than 12 years experience in the financial markets. I also completed the CMT designation recently, and on the back of that, I was able to acquire the CFTe qualification in 2020. I've also recently enrolled in the CFA program, the Chartered Financial Analyst program. Now, for anyone that's interested in this program or either the CMT program, please do let me know, and I'll try and get some information to you. But just be aware that the CFA program is incredibly intense. For anyone that says that it was easy, I would like to see their study method, because it's incredibly intense. Just to give you a quick idea, the CMT level 3 consists of a book of 900 pages. I thought that was intense, but the CFA level 1 consists of a book of 3,000 pages. Yeah, so that's just to give you a quick comparison. So finally, in terms of my trading, what I specialize in is price action, Fibonacci, the relative strength index, and so the RSI, and also chart psychology. Now, for anyone that follows my daily market outlook on FP Markets, their website, you will note I do use chart psychology very often in terms of where I believe stop loss orders are located, where I believe There are opportunities to fade these stop losses and things like that. Okay, so just in terms of the presentation topics, look, an introduction to MT4 and MT5, what will kind of merge during the presentation. As I went over MT4 in a separate presentation last week. With that, I will highlight the key differences between the two platforms, and then finally give you my personal opinion on which I think is the better platform of the two. Good afternoon, Rodolin from the Philippines. Nice to see we have a global audience. Thank you very much. So look, before we get into the nuts and bolts of things, I thought it would be a good idea to highlight some background knowledge regarding MT4 and MT5, you know, where they come from and how long both platforms have been active. As you can see, MetaQuote Software Corp is the company behind the MetaTrader platforms. So right in July of 2005, MT4 was launched. Now, according to their website, this is a trading platform designed for the FX market, so the foreign exchange market, so FX trading. And this was a breakthrough for the company, boasting a number, you know, it boasts a number of really great features that, you know, remain popular nearly 2 decades later. So 5 years on, we have 5 years on, MT5 was launched, and in 2010. So MT4 and MT5 are very similar in presentation, delivering, you know, simple, easy to use functions on both live and demo accounts. The platforms also, excuse me, also allow users to modify the interface to suit personal preferences. So although working with a similar interface to MT4's layout, the revolutionary factor of MT5, I guess you could say, is its ability to offer trading for almost all financial markets. And this includes FX, this includes stock exchanges, as well as the futures market. I'm just going to check the questions. Okay, good afternoon, Mariah. So look, just to be clear, with FP markets, all of our products are offered through CFDs. So while we do offer stocks and futures markets products, these are traded through CFDs. Now, if you want more information regarding this, please visit our live support team, and they'll gladly take you through the various products we offer. A few final points I thought I would highlight, as I did get questions on this during my last presentation, and thought it'll be good to clear this up. So we offer, FP Markets offers 2 account types, and these are standard and raw accounts, both of which can be used with MT4 and MT5 with a minimum account opening balance of 100 Aussie dollars or equivalent. The important thing to be aware of with these account types is that with the raw account, spreads are derived directly from liquidity providers or LPs, and therefore a commission is added to these trades, to your trades. So that is, the commission is $3 each side, so $6 for a round turn. Excuse me. With the standard account, however, FP works with a spread markup. Now, what this means is they add a spread derived from the liquidity provider and charge 0 commission. So if the spread, for example, is 1 pip from the liquidity provider, what FP will do is add, say, half a pip each side, so it will become 2 pips, and that's the commission for the trader. Now, from what I've seen, is the raw account is the most popular account type. Now, just quickly, as far as I'm aware, MT4 and MT5 trading platforms are compatible with Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Apple Safari, and Internet Explorer 10+. So MT5 and MT4 and MT5 for Windows are also available on Windows 7 or higher. It's also supported on Mac. And look, also finally, MT4 and MT5 mobile applications. So we have mobile trading available, and that's via iOS and Android powered smartphones and tablets. Look, guys, I'm sure you're already aware of this, but this functionality really provides the freedom to effectively, shall we say, trade on the go with full access to operations such as, interactive charts, which you will see on your desktop, trade orders, analytical tools, and, your account status. One more thing I think it may be important to know for some of us here are the terms hedging and netting. Now, when I began trading, these were confusing terms for me. So I hope I can clear this up for newer traders that are here today. So look, most brokers use the hedging system for all trading accounts. Now, the hedging system, quite simply, allows as many open positions in different directions as you wish. So the hedging option is supported on both MT4 and MT5. So basically, as an example, if you have the euro dollar, you can then go long on the euro dollar. You can buy the euro dollar, but you can also simultaneously sell the euro dollar. So what you've done is you've effectively created a direct hedge. So that's what it means when you say the hedging system, when they say hedging system. Now, the netting system, what this does is simply limit your trading activity in terms of open positions, as you can have one open position for one symbol. So to put it simpler, the trader cannot open a sell and buy position on one instrument simultaneously, as you can do with a hedging system. Now, fortunately, most brokers offer work with hedging systems anyway, so you don't really need to understand that really too much. Just know that what these terms mean. Okay, so let's move over to the next slide. And this is where, look, at this point, instead of focusing on slides and things like that, I feel it's best we switch things over to to go through the key features on the platforms. Now, I do see a question from Cam. What is your average spread on pound dollar and euro dollar? Now, what I'll do is I'll show you the live spreads right now, Cam, once I switch over to the MT4 and MT5 platform. So just bear with me, guys, and I'll switch things over to the platforms. Now, if you can do me a favor and just let me know that whether you can see my platforms, just Y or N in the chat box would be fantastic. So I know I'm not talking to myself. That would be fantastic. Excellent. Thanks, Cam. All right, so on the screen we have the MT4 platform, and we also have the MT5's setup as well. So we're going to work through both. Right, so to start with, let's start with the interface, right? So both are similar. As you can see here, this is the MT4 setup. Let me just get the Navigator terminal. Let's get rid of the Market Watch. Bear with me. Let's get rid of the Market Watch and get the Navigator terminal up. So look, this is the MT4 terminal, and this is the MT5 terminal. As you can see, look, really, there's not much difference in terms of the presentation. There's one thing I did note is the cooler looking tabs at the top, and more of a modern vibe. Other than this, I do not really see much difference in terms of the interface, to be quite frank. Look, I think it's best we start with the Market Watch tabs, as there are some differences between the two platforms. So kicking off with let's get rid of the Navigator terminal. So kicking off with the MT4 platform, as you can see, Control M allows you to bring your Market Watch tab to the screen. So on both platforms, sorry, I should have mentioned this. On both platforms, you can initiate the Market Watch tab through Control M. Okay, so you may remember from my demonstration last week, for those that were present, we went over the Market Watch tabs within the MT4 platform. So I'm just going to quickly briefly go over these again for anyone that wasn't present. So this is the Market Watch tab. As you can see, we can remove the grid by clicking the grid. I prefer the grid removed on MT4, but let's leave it on there for now. Now, if you want to show all of the symbols, what you can do is just go to show all. Okay, so we have show all, and that will show you all of the symbols available on MT4 with FP markets right now. These are live prices, and I personally, I construct this so I only look at a few major currency pairs and a few equity indices and things like that. But you can construct it how you prefer, because what you can do is you can what you can do, I hope you can see this pop-up tab. What you can do is you can go to the so right click. I should have said that. Sorry, guys. Right click and click on symbol. So Control U. And then you could just simply customize your Market Watch tab to suit. So if you wanted indices, you can have the Aussie 200. So that's the Australian, the ASX 200 index. Or you can have the Euro Stoxx 50, the Nikkei 225, and things like that. You can structure this. So if you don't want them, in your Market Watch tab, you can remove them. Okay, you can remove the Nikkei, you can remove the FTSE, and things like that. But if you want them added, so you can remove all of these if you want. But if you want a certain market added, so if you want the German 40 added, you just simply show, okay, and then close, and then that will show in your Market Watch tab. Right, so there was a few things I really wanted to get across here. So the spread, this will answer your question, I hope, Cam. So as you can see, right-click on the Market Watch tab, and then simply click check spread, as you can see here. Check spread, and that will show you with an exclamation mark, that will show you the current spread. Now, as you can see, euro dollar, Aussie dollar, the current spread is 0 for the euro dollar and 0.7 for the pound dollar. Now, what this means is it's less than a pip, currently less than a pip for the euro dollar and pound dollar. Also, the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar, as you can see, right down to the Swissy yen, which is 1.7 pips, so 17 points on this one. I hope that answers your question, Cam. Good afternoon, Vital. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. So we have a comment here. MT4 seems a much easier platform to use instead of MT5. Look, Anthony, let me get back to those that question shortly, and I'll answer that during my presentation, but I'll come back to that in a few minutes if that's okay. So I think I've covered really everything I went over on the Market Watch tab for MT4. The only thing I do want to mention is the tabs below here. So we have symbols, which of course is your symbols that you're watching in your Market Watch tab. Look, Market Watch is, as its name implies, it's a watch for the market. So it's all the markets you're watching. The tick chart. So for the New Zealand dollar, because we've selected the New Zealand dollar up here, we've just one click and then we go to the tick chart, and this will provide you the bid and ask prices for the New Zealand dollar. Now, these are current live prices. As you can see, 68.17 is the current bid, 68.18, 68.18 is the current ask. Now, I hope that helps out. But with MT5, as we're going to move over to MT5, we do have a few additional features. So kicking off with the tabs below. So symbols, exactly the same as we had in MT4. So I won't go over that again. All it means is simply the symbols you've selected for your Market Watch. Details. Now, this is a new one. This is new for the charts look terrible, Cam. Yeah, they do. That's one thing I will talk about very soon. But you can customize the charts. That's the good thing about the MT4 and MT5 platform. You can customize them. Right. So just on the Market Watch for the details, So initial margin, do not pay too much attention to this, to be honest. This is only used for the futures margin calculation formula. Right, so the bid and ask. Bid and ask, I'm sure most of us are aware of what the bid and ask is. The bid and ask simply means willing buyers and willing sellers. So it's your counterparty to us traders. So the bid price is what we sell at. So the bid price for the New Zealand dollar is currently 68.16 for the NZD USD, and the ask price is 68.17. Now the ask price is above the bid price because that's the price we buy at. The bid price is the price we sell at. Now this may confuse some traders here. Bid low, bid high. All this really means is the highest bid and the lowest bid for the current day, nothing else, and they will rarely change. Okay, as you can see, the bid, the live bid, and the live ask price is changing, but the current the bid high and the bid low for the current day will only change if price moves to its extremes, of course. Now the ask high and ask low, of course, is another one. Very simply, it's the highest ask price and the lowest ask price for the current day. Now, open and close price. Now, the open price is today's open price. Okay, that's today's open price at 67.94. Now, the close price, as you can see, is 67.95. That is the previous day's closing price. So what this does is it gives you some details, as it says there, details of the market selected in the symbols. So as you can see, we selected the NZD, USD, and this gives us some details of the market. Now, switching over to trading. Now, the trading tab simply brings up the one-click trading options for all of your shown markets. Now, as you can see, we only have 3 markets currently shown: Euro dollar, New Zealand dollar against the US dollar, and the dollar CAD. So with that, we only have 3 panels. Here you can trade. Here you can actually place trades for your given markets. Here you can set the volume, buy and sell. This will give you the low price and the high price for the current day, and the spread. So the euro dollar, as you can see, 0.1, 0.7 for the dollar CAD, and 0.8 for the NZD USD. Just to be aware, if you do decide to show all of the tabs here within the trading space here, you'll see a truckload of tabs. This will be full of these panels. Okay, so just be aware of that. Finally, onto the ticks. Again, New Zealand dollar, because that's the currency pair we've selected on the market, on the symbols, and this simply exactly the same as MT4 shows you the bid and ask prices for the currency pair. All pretty simple stuff. Let me just check. All right, I am seeing some questions. Can you please do a buy and sell on each platform, or are they the same? I'm currently using CTrader. This is a question from Jason. I'm currently using CTrader, and you need to move the mouse to exit a position, and that makes it difficult to scalp. Look, Jason, I have to be honest, I don't trade with CTrader. I've never traded with CTrader. What I can do is I can take a position in the demo account I have currently active. I will take a position, but I will not take a position in the live account. So as you can probably see, I'm working with a live account. It's only a small amount, but I don't really want to take a position for the for the sake of showing someone exactly. But look, literally, it's the same. MT5 and MT4 are the same order process. So simply F9, and you'll get your order window up. But I'll go over that shortly, and I'll show you how I go about that. And Cam, in terms of keyboard shortcuts, I will be showing some cool shortcuts very shortly. Can we, from a PAL, can we define multiple market watch screens and switch between them? Now, you can with MT5, you mean detach the screens? You can, but with MT4, you cannot, not natively anyway. So let me just carry on, and I'll get back to those, and hopefully the presentation will answer the questions. All right, so let me just get back to the, this is the, here we go. Okay, so this is the MT5's, this is the MT5's market watch window. Now, if you want to show all you do, very similar to MT4, is show all, right? So it brings up a collection of securities you can trade. As you can see, there are plenty to look at. Okay, so in terms of system colors, now if you don't want this, you can just simply unselect system colors, and it would all be white and gray. And look, I personally use the system colors because I'm quite used to it now. So for the colors, I'm not going to go over every color, but so for the major currency pairs, you will find they will be in pink. For the minor and exotic currency pairs, they will be in a light green color. Now, for the metal markets, this is usually, as you can see, the metal market for gold, as you can see, XAU against the Aussie, Euro, and dollar. Excuse me, guys, is in a gold color. For silver, again, a gray color or a silver color for the metals. And look, as you can see, cryptocurrencies light blue. So it just really gives you a color, some coordination through color on your market watch tab. Now, with the MT5's market watch, just bear with me. Let me make this a bit bigger. And let me get rid of, right, so if we just go, the really cool thing about MT5's market watch is it gives you more options. So let me just remove this. So with the MT4 platform, we work with this, and we can add the, if you remember, we can add the spread, right? So we can add the spread. As you can see, instead of an exclamation mark, it tells you spread for the markets that you're watching. But what it also allows you to do, which I find is a really cool feature, aside from high and low, you can add the high and low, but you can also add the daily change. So if you want to see the daily change for your markets, you can see this. You can add this to your MT4's market watch tab, which is a very cool feature, which is something you cannot do on MT4. Do I use this? I definitely do use this because it just gives me a quick overview of the markets, and in a very easy to read format, right? So as you can see, for the majority of major currency pairs, we are lower. Okay, we are pretty much lower across the board in the currency, in the crypto markets. For the currency market right now, you know, and you can see where you are. So with metals, you can see we're lower. Again, with silver, we're lower. Okay, it just gives you a really good quick snapshot of the market. Now let me just get rid of, so Control M, guys, Control M for the market watch. So you can get rid of this, Control M. Now for the Navigator panel, Control N. Okay, I'm not sure why that's not showing. There we go. So again, this is for the MT5. It's exactly the same on MT. Let's get rid of the market watch, and let's throw the Navigator on MT4. Now the Navigator, as you can see, is I did go over this in my previous presentation. Let me just highlight. So with this, it shows you the accounts, the indicators, expert advisors, and scripts. This is MT4, bear in mind. So with the accounts, what you can do here is you can see the list of your accounts. So currently I have an FP Markets demo account and an FP Markets live account. This is the one I'm on now. So if you're wondering what your leverage is, when you shouldn't really, you should know what your leverage is set at. But if you don't know, all you do is hover over your account name, and it will tell you. You can see there. Sorry about that. It shouldn't go off like that. But look, 500 to 1 leverage, and it's a real account. If I hover over my demo account, you can see it's 100 to 1 leverage I'm working with. And you can do the same with the FP, the MT5, as you can see. I'm actually working with a leverage of 30 to 1, and it's a hedge account. Can you see there, right at the end of that tab, hedge? It's a hedging account. I explained that at the beginning, what a hedging account really means. Okay, so this is a really cool feature. If you don't understand, it saves you going to the live support and asking what your leverage is. Do bear in mind, guys, leverage is fixed by your broker. You do not change this, okay? You do not change this unless you go through your client portal. So it's not the leverage that is really the issue. It's the way you position size your trades, and yeah. So I don't really want to go into that because that's not part of this presentation. So Navigator. The Navigator terminal from the I keep saying FP Markets, excuse me, from the MT4 terminal. Look, indicators. So if we just get rid of the accounts, if we click on indicators, That will give you a list of the indicators available on MT4. Just to give you an example, let's throw the stochastic oscillator on. Whoops, sorry. So you can just simply drag and drop that onto your chart, and that will give you your parameters. You can set them how you wish, and then add that to your chart. Now, if you want to remove the indicator, simply right-click, delete indicator window, and do the same for the MACD. Now, I really do not like the MACD indicator on the MT4. I'm not sure about the MT5. I'll have a look in a minute, but the MT4's MACD, I really dislike it because it doesn't have the signal line. So normally you have the histogram, normally you have the MACD line, and you have a signal line. It doesn't have that on here. You can add EAs to this, I believe. There are indicators scripted for this, and you can add it. But still, I prefer just, you know, just to be able to drag and drop, and away we go. So let's get rid of that. The same for MT5. Let's look at the indicators. Let's go with the oscillator. Let's find the MACD. Let's see what it comes up on this chart. No, it's the same thing. So as you can see, we are working with the same thing. So it's simply a drag and drop, guys, and you can add multiple indicators to your platform. Drag and drop stochastic oscillator. Check your parameters, and away we go. There's your stochastic oscillator. Now, I don't advise, or clearly, obviously, I don't advise flooding your charts with indicators, as I did when I first began. It just proved a very difficult time to forecast, very difficult to forecast the market. Just really quickly, that's really all I have to say on the Navigator panel, to be honest. There's not really much else. I don't want to go into the expert advisors or scripts or anything like that. And the same for this area here. So I just wanted to make this aware that you can view your accounts from your Navigator terminal, and also check out the indicators present. What leverage do you offer? What leverage does FP offer? Every leverage offered by FP is 30-to-1 for retail trading accounts, and for the professional accounts, it is available. You can access 500-to-1 leverage. Again, if you want more information on that, please do go ahead and contact the live support, and they'll happily guide you through the process for that. So let's get rid of the Navigator terminals. Look, right, just really quickly, Control D. That will give you your data window, because look, on the MT4 platform, as you can see, you do have the high and low at normally above here, but it's not clear. It's not clear. And also you do have it at the bottom here. It's disappeared once your cursor removes it from the chart, of course. But look, as you can see, we have the control. And if you look at the bottom of my screen next to the time and date, you have the open, high, low, and close data. But look, just for ease, I always have the data window open somewhere on my terminal. So it just tells me what prices I'm looking for. And it also tells you the spread as well. Oh, no, it doesn't. Sorry, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's not active within the data window, but it also gives you the tick volume. Now, with FX retail brokers, you are not dealing with genuine volume. You understand that? It's tick volume. It's tick volume generated from the broker. So it's broker-fed volume. Just be aware of that. It's not part of any exchange, or because it's you're working with a decentralized market. Okay, let me just check. There's no questions. Fantastic. Right. So in terms of chart structure, let me get rid of the control. So Control D to remove that, and you've removed the data window. Same on MT4, guys. Control D, and we have the data window here. Okay, exactly the same. Nothing different really. And there we go. So that's the basics of the chart structure. But look, chart structure in terms of the charts interface is very similar to it's very similar across both platforms, as you can see. Look, minus the colors. Let me just change the colors. So if you hit F8 on your keyboard, that will bring up your properties and go to colors. So what you can do is you can select a different scheme. So look, if you go black on white is exactly the same as my MT4 platform. Very simple stuff. I will go over the basic chart structure for anyone that wasn't present at my MT4 presentation. So this is the this is the MT4. Okay, so we have an x-axis at the bottom which shows the date and time. The right axis, the y-axis shows the price of your traded security. Okay, now this is an M5 chart. As you can see, it doesn't matter what time frame it is, but currently the euro dollar trades at 0.918. Okay, 1.0918. So that's very simple stuff, really. With the currency pair or financial security you're looking at, it will be noted at the top left-hand corner, along with the open, high, low, and close data. Again, not very clear, to be honest. That's why I use the data window. So when you open your MT4, when you first download your MT4 or MT5, you will be greeted with a rather disgusting looking grid. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but I really dislike grids on my charts. So simply to get rid of that, right click or Control G, okay, and then just click grid. So Control G, there we go, Control G to remove your grid. Volume, if you want your volume on and off, if I remember correctly, I've never used volume, to be honest. Let me just see if, so you can add volume. I'm not too sure how you add volume. I believe it's from here. Let me see, there we go. You can add volume, and this is tick volume, by the way, guys, tick volume, not genuine, not the data exchange fed volume. So you can add volume if you wish. You can still use this. I have found use in this before with your chart patterns and things like that. But so that's how you add it. So you go to insert indicators, volumes, and then simply click on the volumes. Here's your volume indicators that you can add if you wish. And then just, yeah, and away you go. There's your volume indicator. So we can delete that. Right, so chart shift. Chart shift, you know, when you first download, and look, guys, this is the same for MT5 as well, okay? It's exactly the same functions. I'm just going through it on MT4 because I'm sure most of us do work with MT4. So the chart shift, let me just, so shift to the end of the chart from the right border. Now, if we don't have this button pressed, what it does is it moves the chart right up to the right side of the, right up to the y-axis. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I personally do not like that. I'm a price action trader and I like room to work. So I press this button. And look, it gives you room to work, okay? It just, it shifts price back from the y-axis. Now with this button, scroll the chart to the end of the tick incoming. Now, if you have this button pressed, what it does is when you scroll across, it just spins back to the current tick incoming. So look, I'll try again. What it does, what it should do, it normally does. It normally spins back to the the current candle. So always have this pressed. I always have this. I don't ever have this pressed. So this gives me freedom to work, okay? Because as technical analysts, we need room to work, right? So for instance, if we're working with the H1 time frame and we want to look back to the history and we want to confirm this was a clear support or a clear resistance or a demand supply, we need to be able to go back in history and check the price action. Right, so zoom in, zoom out, guys, pretty simple stuff. Again, very similar on the zoom in, zoom out on the MT4. Look, you can simply use the plus button on your calculator on your keyboard or the minus, okay, and that zooms out. Zoom in, plus, okay, or you can simply use the buttons provided at the within the upper panel. And that will give you the option to zoom in and analyze the price action in more detail, or zoom out and give you a bigger picture of the overall market you're on that time frame. Now, chart type. Again, guys, this is really directed towards newer traders. Look, we have 3 types of chart types available on MT4 and as well on MT5. So bar chart, candlestick chart, and line chart. All right, so As you can see, bar chart, let's zoom in so we can see it clearly. Bar chart, okay. Bar chart, candlestick charts, and line chart. For me personally, I always prefer the candlestick chart as how I've learned technical analysis and how I'm familiar with that. I do know traders that work with the bar charts. They're basically the same thing. They work with the same data, open, high, low, and close data. The only difference between a bar chart and a candlestick chart is the body. So let me zoom in. So as you can see here, let's find a nice big candle. Here we go. We have the open and we have the close with the bar, with the Western bars. Okay, and in between the open and close range, we have what's known as the body. Now, as you can see with the bar chart, it's shown by way of a vertical line. But with the candlestick chart, as you can see, it's much more, it offers a clearer representation of sentiment, in my opinion. And it enables easier, it enables easier analysis, in my opinion. Okay, any questions on chart types? No questions. Okay, excellent. On chart types, let me just continue on. So how to open a new chart on both platforms? How to open a new chart, right? So with the MT4 platform, quite simply, click on the tab, create a new chart to the upper left panel, as you can see here. Click that, and that will give you an access to all of the markets. So if we want to open another market, so we click dollar Swiss, and that will present you with a rather horrific looking chart with a grid, black background, green candles. I will show you how to set a template very shortly. So this is very simply, this can be simply rectified very quickly. Right, so new chart. So just so we're clear, new chart, simply click the tab on the upper left column, on the upper left panel, excuse me, and then just find the market you want to trade. Okay, so WTI as an example. Now with the MT5, exactly the same, guys. Look, as you can see, it's just a different style of a tab, but still in the same position. And then find your market of choice. So if you want let's go with a different one that I haven't got. Let's go with the dollar CAD. Again, a rather horrific chart, not great for the eyes, in my opinion. But again, I will show you how to correct this shortly. Now, in terms of indicators, there was a question. Sorry, there was a question from Mahesh. I apologize if I pronounced your name incorrectly. Is there an easy way to migrate EAs from MT4 to MT5? Now, as I said at the beginning of this presentation, I'm not well versed with systematic trading, but I do understand that MQL4 programming language is not suitable for MQL5. So guys, do correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's still the case. So I don't believe there is an easy way. Is there a way? I'm not sure. But I don't believe there is an easy way to do that. And I think that's one of the reasons why many traders stick with MT4 is because of the community built around MT4 and the MQL4 community. And there's a lot of indicators available, a lot of custom indicators available with MT4. And I think that's one, as I said, one of the main reasons we stick with MT4. So indicators. With MT4, if you want an indicator on a chart, let's go back to a more an easier chart for the eye. So if you want an indicator on a chart with MT4, you simply click the tab, look, indicator list, and then it will give you a list of indicators you can attach to the chart. Look, as I've already shown, Control N, you can also do this from your Navigator panel, and you can drag and drop, okay? So very simply, guys, find this panel with a green cross on MT4, and then that will give you a range, a selection of indicators to choose from. With MT5, on the other hand, with MT5, I believe it's, that's a very good point. I'm not sure if I remember how to add the indicators. Just bear with me a minute while I look. So either from the Navigator, there should be a tab up here somewhere with the indicators. I cannot remember where they are though. Look, what you can do, I think it's just simply a case of insert indicators and then select your indicator, your indicator choice. But I believe you can add a tab here somewhere. I haven't done that, but insert indicators and away you go. Or again, guys, just Control N and select it from the indicator, from the Navigator panel. Now, just a bit on indicators regarding both platforms. Now, there are 30 built-in technical indicators available on MT4. With, as far as I'm aware, with more than 700 indicators available for purchase and more than 2,000 free custom indicators with MT4. So at the same time, MT4 provides access to, I think it's 38 technical indicators and as well as an unlimited number of charts. Now, just bear in mind, MT4 has a limit on the charts. So you can only have 128 charts open. Now, that's plenty, I think, to be honest. But yeah, MT5, we have unlimited access to as many charts as we want, but MT4 is 128. Now, in terms of MT5's graphical objects, now these are the drawing functions. We have 44 graphical objects available, and these include functions such as lines, channels, Fibonacci tools, Elliott tools, and shapes and arrows and things like that. So in terms of drawing tools, all in all, MT4 brings, I think it's around 31 graphical objects to the table, while MT4 supplies us with, as I said, 44. Yeah, thank you, Maggie. Insert indicators. Yeah, I got that. Cam, I can't really say that on Cam, but I kind of agree. Some indicators are BS. I kind of agree. Look, indicators are simply a derivative of price action anyway, right? So if you learn to read price action, you learn to read the market. Price action for me was the key turning point early in my career. And at first, you know, I flooded my charts with indicators. I absolutely flooded my charts. I believe that the more indicators I had on my charts, the better, and the more confirmation I had from those indicators put me in a better position, when it's just not the case. Look, the MACD, the RSI, the stochastics, they're all momentum indicators. And they normally, not always, they usually do follow the same rhythm. So yes, I agree, Cam. KISS, keep it simple, 100%. Right, so with that, I believe we're all covered with the, look, let me just show you a few of the drawing tools. As you can see here on MT5, this is the cool thing about MT5, in my opinion, is we can just a smooth way of adding. So this is a support level, a resistance level, a horizontal level, and we can also add the vertical levels. We can also add a trend line. Let's zoom out. So we can add something here. Let's draw a trend line. So a descending line, okay. And look, let me move this to, so here we have resistance, and then we have combined support, okay? So it's a resistance turn support. So this is the way we can, as price action technicians, we can apply drawing tools to our charts. And then you can add an indicator, right? Look, I don't really add, I have used the volume in the past, but I don't really use it too often. Right, so that's really it. It's exactly the same for MT4, guys. As you can see here, we have the horizontal level, we have the descending level for the trend lines and things like that. And look, the crosshairs, just really quickly, guys. Control, I think it's Control F. So Control F for the crosshairs if you really want quick access to the crosshairs. Now, what the crosshairs does is it can obviously pinpoint areas that you want to see. You can also measure the pips, right? So we are on the weekly time. Let's get something a bit more reasonable. If you want to measure between a swing high and a swing low, the pip distance, you can simply click on the top, bring the cursor down to the bottom, and it will tell you, as you can see, 1056, which is 105 pips. But with MT5, what it does is it gives you a little bit more of a feature. Again, Control F will give you the crosshairs. Let's go with a, let's go. So what time frame? We're on the H1 with this time frame. So if we bring it down to a swing from a swing high, swing low, as you can see, we have 599 points. It's 60 pips. What it also tells you, which it doesn't on MT4, it tells you the percentage decline. As you can see, it's a 0.46% decline. Okay, so this is something I found really cool with the MT5 crosshairs. Now, just really quickly, when you first sign up to sorry, not the terminal, when you first sign up to MT5, you download MT5, you might wonder where are the timeframes? There's no timeframes added to the box. Now with MT4, it's default, it's shown here. It's very easy to work with, right? We have the daily, H4, H1, M30, and things like that. With MT5, it's not present. Now, just to quickly, I'll show you how to add these very shortly, but with MT4, you have access to 9 traditional timeframes. As you can see, from the M1, 1 minute timeframe, right up to the monthly timeframe. For traders focused on the higher timeframes, look, I believe that's plenty. If you're focused on the H1, H4, daily, monthly, and weekly, I think 9 timeframes is plenty. But MT5 allows access to more than look. Just to show you, you can customize this, but look, there's no other available timeframes with MT4. You only have your availability is only these. Okay, so right click, you can see that by right clicking, customize, and then you'll see that there's no other available timeframes. But with MT5, let's first get the timeframes up. So to find the timeframes, I believe it's view toolbars, and then click on check timeframes, and then exactly the same as MT4. Let's get rid of the market watch. And it will show the timeframes, right? So exactly the same as we did with the MT4. Right. So with that being said, how do we add the timeframes? Again, right click, customize. Now, what we didn't see on MT4, of course, was the additional timeframe. So look. These are the MT4 timeframes we have already on default, but with MT5, we have access to all of these different timeframes. So let's go ahead and add a 2-minute timeframe. So click the 2 minutes timeframe, then click insert, and then that will show you 2-minute timeframe. 4 minutes, let's insert that. 10 minutes, let's insert that. Let's insert a 2-hour timeframe, maybe even 6 hours. Okay, so we have all of these. Okay, so let's close this, and then they will show up on this bar here. So as you can see, H2, 2-minute chart, 4-minute chart. So it gives you access to different timeframes, right? So, which is good if you really go in depth into price action analysis. I'm not sure if I've said this, but MT5 provides 21 timeframes, and this for price action technicians, it allows for a more comprehensive, detailed analysis, especially if you're a day trader or a scalper. So yes, I think I've covered everything with the timeframes, to be honest. Now, templates, very, very important. Now, if you're not accustomed to this hideous looking chart and you want to set up your own chart, what you can do is F8, click on F8, go to common, sorry, colors, and then find you can design your own chart. So the background, you can change the background to any color you wish. Let's leave it as black. I quite like the black background, to be honest, because the white background, it almost, as traders, we are at the screens a lot during the day, and it can almost feel like you're looking at the sun, right, all day. So I prefer the black background or a grayish background. So where was the gray? Around this area here, dark gray. So look, you can see here, it just takes off that shine for me, really, and just helps with my eyes, to be honest. So bar up, bar down, you can change the, these are the outlines of the candles. As you can see, let me just demonstrate this. Let me just show you. So you see, I've changed the bar up for the outline of an orange red, and I'll change this to, let's change this to a pink. Okay, as you can see, it's a very funky color, but as you can see, the outlines have changed, not the insides of the candles. Okay, let's reset that because I hate them colors. Right, so bull candle, bear candle. This is where you can change the inside of the candles. So let's change this to, say, a blue. And change the bearish candle to a red. And let's see what that looks like. Not much difference, to be honest. But you get the idea, right? So we have filled the candle within blue, and we filled the bearish candles within red. So you can adapt this to your own personal preference. Let's just go back. So F8, let's go back. But the point I want to make is, if you want to add an indicator, again, indicator list, let's add Bollinger Bands. It's a volatility indicator, guys, or let's add the relative strength index. All right, so if this is your template, if this is your way of looking at the market, what you can do with MT4, simply click on this tab with the chart symbol and then save template, okay? Save template, say as template name. Yep, do you want to replace it? There we go. So this now is a saved template. So let's open another chart. Let's go to find another chart. So we're completely starting fresh. Let's go CAD Swiss. Okay, we've opened that. Again, this rather hideous looking chart pops up. Let me go to load template. Sorry, we don't have to even load template. We just find template name. That's what we saved it under. And then click on that. And it gives you your the way that you view the market. So again, you can see the candles have been changed. The Bollinger Band's been added. And also the relative strength index has been added. So you can work with that. Very simple. Load template, or you don't need to load template, to be honest. It should be shown here, as you can see, template name. Now with MT5, it's a little bit different because it doesn't have that tab above here. What you do in this case is you right click and simply go to templates and load the template or save the template as you did with MT4. Very simple. The only difference is you need to right click the chart and find templates. Okay. All right, let me just see. Right, I'll get to these questions in a minute. Maggie and Cam, just bear with me. I just want to try and get through as much as I can because time's really catching up on us. So trading orders, having the ability to enter the market at desired levels is a necessity for all traders, right? So the MT4 platform offers, let's go back to that, offers us 2 market orders and 4 different pending orders. We have the buy stop, we have the buy limit, we have the sell limit, and we have the sell stop. Just show this. So to get your order window up, you can go simply from your trading terminal, right click, new order, or simply click F9. Just simply smash F9 and away we go. Now, as this is a live account, I'm not going to take a trade, but look, you have the option. This is with FP Markets, market execution or pending order. Market execution, very, very simple, guys. Really, what I've done is I've inputted 0.10. That's for a 1 mini lot. If you want a micro lot, 0.01. If you want a standard lot, it's 1.00. Stop loss, take profit, pretty self-explanatory, guys. Market order, if you want to sell, sell. Make sure all your parameters are set before you click the market order, though. With the pending order, as you can see here, once we click the pending order, we still have to set our stop loss and take profit, but we now have access to either a buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, or sell stop. I will go over these orders in a minute, but I just wanted to get through this. And then you can set the price you want your limit to be set. And also you can set an expiry for this limit order and then place the order. Now with MT5, same sort of setup. Let's Control T to get your terminal up, and then F9 to get your order window up. Exactly, very similar setup. The only difference with MT5 is the number of orders available. You remember, the MT4 platform offers 2 market orders and 6 pending orders. So we have the buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop, buy stop limit, and sell stop limit. Now, I'll just quickly run over what these orders mean. So a market order is an order that permits entry and exit at the next available price. The execution is not guaranteed. The execution price is not guaranteed, as available bids and offers, of course, may be limited at the time of execution, and this is known as slippage. Sometimes referred to as a limit order, a pending order affords the option of selecting the purchase or selling price. So in times of where the market fails to reach the predetermined limit value, or the order remains in place, unfilled. So bear in mind, though, that thin liquidity may result in the limit order still remaining unfilled, despite having tested the level. Now, protective stop orders. Look, guys, I hope you're all aware of what a protective stop loss order is, as it helps not only reduce losses, it helps also retain profits. These orders are used in combination with market or pending orders, as well as with trade positions. So the buy stop or sell stop is right. So I'll go with the buy stop. So this is a trade. This is a trading order to buy at the ask price, equal to or greater than the one specified in the order. So look, just very, let me just try and demonstrate this. Let's get this off. Let's remove this. So a buy stop. So imagine where's current price. So if we feel that, I'm just trying. Okay, if we feel that price should break out below these lows here, and break out and move to the downside. Right, breakout sellers can set sell stops below here, sell stops, okay, below this point to take advantage of any breakout selling. The same can be said for up here. So all the breakouts, all the sell stop is a market order, a pending market order. So once it's filled, it becomes a market order. If you want to break, if you feel that a breakout buying opportunity is available above here, if price whips above here and trips your buy stop order, then once that order is tested, then obviously you'll have a buy order in the market, and that will be a market order. Now, excuse me, buy stop limit. Let me just go back onto the order window. So let me just go. So we have the buy stop limit and sell stop limit. This is something that isn't available on MT4. So the buy stop limit, sell stop limit. What are these? So the buy stop limit combines the first two types, first order types, being a stop order for placing a buy limit. So as soon as the future ask price reaches the stop level, this is for a buy stop limit, reaches the stop level indicated in the order in the price field, which is here. If we click on there in the price field here, a buy limit order will be placed at that level specified in the stop limit price. Okay. So a stop level is set above the current ask price, while the stop limit price is set below the stop level. I can go into further detail in future webinars regarding these orders if it's necessary, but that's really just to give you an idea. Now, I did say I was going to let's take a quick position because I want to show you the terminal. Let's throw in a market order. Let's go. Let's be a bit fancy and let's go with 3 standard lots. And let's go with no stop loss, very professional, and no take profit order. So this is just to get an order going, okay? For a minute there, I thought I just took the order in my live account. So look, we have got a live position going on right now, and we are currently 36 quid in the negative. While that's running, I just want to quickly show you how to set alerts on your platform. Okay, so setting alerts is a common practice in trading and investing, and both platforms permit this function. So MT5 makes an additional feature, but also comes with an additional feature of an economic calendar. So to set alerts on MT4, simply click alerts, click the alert tab, right click, and then create. And then what this does is give you a pop-up box, and then you just enter in your details. Okay, enter in the value, enter in the alert. And pretty simple stuff, guys, really. I shouldn't really need to explain this, but once you have this, once you set your value and the expiration, what it does then, let me just set a value. Let me just set, where's the current price? Just give me a second, guys. I just want to see the current price for this, so I'll show you. So let's set an order for 74.65. Let's set an order for 75.65. Okay, let's create an order. And then what that does, well, that should do 70. Sorry, I've set the wrong order there. Let me just modify that. 74.65, excuse me, 74.65, and then we create that. And it's still not showing. Oh, because we're on the wrong chart, of course. Sausage. There we go. Let's go back. Let's just try this again, guys. Let's try this again. Modify. Right, so where we are now, 0920, there we go, 10920, 10920, and let's fire this on, and there we go. And that's the sound it will make once your alert becomes active. So as you can see, we have an alert set here. We can move the alert up and down. We can physically remove, modify the alert, okay? And that sound you're hearing right now is the sound you'll hear on your platform when the alert triggers. Right, okay, so it's kind of annoying now, actually. So let's disable this. And look, very similar to the MT5 platform. Let's set up an alert. Exactly the same setup, guys. Action, whether you want the sound or an email, and then just add the value to where you want the position, where you want your alert. Multiple monitors, right? So this is something I do want to add. So with the MT4, you can look by clicking the Arrange Windows tab. You can do this. Rather hideous, to be honest. I never use this. I prefer it just single chart with all my charts loaded at the bottom. But with MT5, what you can do is very, very cool, in my opinion. You can right click and undock. So alternate D. And then what that does is it undocks your chart. Okay. So what you can do is you can move this. I've moved it to another monitor now. Okay. And you can move this to your other monitors. Now, if you want to redock the chart, simply redock the chart and away we go. We're back on. That's a very cool feature of MT5, I believe. For the, I won't really go on to anything else, but look, I want to click onto the terminal just really quickly. Now, we're on the final bit. Thankfully, my throat is absolutely on fire right now. Now, as you can see, our position is not doing too well on our demo account. We're on down to 120 odd quid. So look, let me just quickly go through this. So with the terminal, I just wanted to show you some of these functions. Exactly the same on the MT4, guys, nothing different. So we have the balance, we have equity, we have margin, we have free margin, and we have margin level percentage. You'll be surprised how many traders are trading live funds and do not understand what these mean. It's pretty incredible. Right. So with this being said, the balance, as you can see, will not change. It does not change during a live trading when you have active positions. What will change though is your equity. Okay, your equity will change. So if you see what we down now, 885, if you minus the balance from the equity, you will get your profit and loss. Okay, so minus balance by equity, and you will get your profit or loss. So an important term to understand is your equity minus your used, this is used margin, guys. This is used margin here, 10,000 British pounds. So if you minus equity from your used margin, which is the deposit taken by your broker, you will get your free margin. So anyone that's quick at maths, you can minus 99,881 by 10,000. That will give you 89,881. That's your free margin, guys. Now, your free margin is the available funds you can take to initiate any fresh positions, or is the amount that the position can go against your current short position here. I think I'm short. No, I'm on a buy position. Excuse me. So it's the amount the price can go against you. With the margin level percentage, what this means is equity divided by your used margin, and that will get, so just divide these two values, guys, and this will give you your margin percentage. Now, if the margin level percentage comes up at 100%, this is when you have an issue, guys. This is when you have a margin call. Not in the literal sense. You're not going to, the broker's not going to call you if this becomes in margin territory. What it does is this line here turns red. Okay, that's not a good sign, guys. That really is not a good sign. So with that being said, if say for instance the equity is say 460, all right, just say 10,000. Our equity is dropped all the way down to 10,000 through this buy position. Price has just tanked, okay? And our equity now stands at 10,000. So 10,000 divided by 10,000 is what? 100%. So we are in we have an issue now. Okay, and we have no free margin, so we cannot take any fresh positions. Now, with that being said, if equity continues to decline beyond used margin, now used margin won't change, guys, beyond used margin. Now, with FP Markets, we work with a 50% stop loss, stop out mechanism. So if price continues to drop 50% below your used margin, so if we drop to £5,000, this is when the broker will start automatically cutting out positions, cutting your losing positions to bring prices back up, to bring your equity level back up. So just be aware of this. Just be aware of these terms, and I hope that really helps. Let's close this position now. Let's accept that. Okay, I've closed that position now. Hideous position, by the way. And that's really it, guys. So let me just check if there's any questions. Right. Right. So I'm just going through the questions. Sorry, guys. Hi, Aaron from Maggie. At the end of the presentation, are you able to help me with TradingView setup? I don't know how to open multiple charts and also view a chart with a different time frames in one time. Look, Maggie, I think the best thing, I think we've contacted before on email. Maggie, I think we have. If you send me an email, I'll give you the email very shortly. If I send you an email shortly, sorry, you send me an email, ask me what you want again, and I'll go through detail. I'll go in detail what you need to do with TradingView. I can't really switch over to TradingView right now because we're really up to the end of the session right now. Cam, sorry, how do you get the tick chart? So the only tick chart I know really is through the Market Watch guys, and then we go with ticks. I know what you mean, Cam. I think you want the actual tick candles, right? I'm not sure. I've never worked. I don't work with the tick chart. You must be a really low time frame trader to be wanting the tick charts. But look, I do know traders that do work with the tick chart. On CTrader, I believe you can work with tick charts, but I'm not sure on. I'm sure you can do it on MT4 and MT5, but I just don't know how. Can you set another? Can you set your stop loss and take profit automatically for every trade, so you don't have to faff around when you enter a trade? Yes, you can, Cam. Let me just show you F9 again, guys. New order. So look, market execution. Set your stop loss order. Set your stop loss order. Let me just take another position. Let me just take what's this, pound dollar. Let's sell a stop order this time. Let me just show you 31.27. Let's set the stop order 31.27. Let's get take profit at 31.40. And let's go for it. Buy a market. Okay, stop loss order and take profit order. Okay, so we've entered another buy position. And as you can see, we can modify this stop loss order. Now, I don't advise against modifying stop loss orders, of course. Once you've set your stop loss order, do keep it where it is, because that's where you objectively have set your stop loss order prior to opening the position. And you should be working with a trading plan anyway, so that should detail where you set your stop loss orders according to your platform. Now, take profit order, of course, if you're trailing. But look, you can use the stop loss order to trail, right? So if this position moved higher, and you can use the stop loss order to trail. That's what I meant when I said a stop loss order can not only reduce risk, so if the position drops lower, it can reduce our risk of account ruin. What it can also do is, if price rallies higher, we can move it up with it, so it can generate profits for us. Now, the take profit, I'm not going to really explain that, guys, but take profit target is what it is. It's there to when or if the price reaches that area. That's where you'll collect your profits. As you can see, look, if you hover over the take profit, it will show you how much in profit in GBP and how many points. So that's 10 pips. And the same for the stop loss, £102 for the stop loss and 4.5 pips. Yes, thank you, email. Sorry, I'm really tired right now. Yes, please do email me, Maggie, and I'll sort that out for you, no worries. All right. Yes, Marcus, you missed last week's webinar. Look, that's available. That's available on the MT4. There we go. It's on the chat box there. Can you do that, Cam? Can you do that without manually entering every? Can you do that manually? entering for every single trade? Yes, you can. Yeah, every single trade you go for, you get the option of stop loss and take profit, and that's what you meant. Let me just end this position. Right, so just spin things back and just wrap this up. Thank you very much for your patience, guys. I know it's been a long session. I didn't expect it to actually go this this long. Right, so as you can see here, guys. Right, so any questions or comments, please do send them either to the FP Markets support team at support@fpmarkets.com, or alternatively to the market analyst at fpmarkets.com. Now, look, guys, if I was you, I would use the market analyst at fpmarkets.com, because that will go direct to our research team, and it'll just be so much easier for us to get back to you in a quicker format. Look, in terms of upcoming webinars, guys, we have FX margin and leverage on the 21st of April, again at the same time, guys. And look, FX margin and leverage is very, very important, and I would highly recommend any of you to join, because it's something many of us do not understand, yet we're trading with live money and we do not understand the full dynamics of this business. Finally, on the 28th of April, we have trend lines. This is where I'll go into detail of how to correctly apply trend lines to the price charts. I see a lot of traders highlighting what a trend line is when it's not really a trend line, and it can cause confusion. So with that being said, thank you all so much for your time and your patience today. I hope it's been beneficial, and you're able to take something away from it. Right, so again, guys, I'll catch you very, very shortly next week, and I wish you all a good trading day or evening, and I'll catch you all again soon. Thank you so much for your time again. Thank you. Bye-bye.